Wait,
What? God, that was interrupted. Okay, we're
it's
recording.
recording. Yeah, yeah.
We're recording. Okay. Okay. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Wisdom Coder podcast, a podcast about everything and at the same time, nothing at all. As always, we have your guests of this podcast. My name is Calvin, aka Coder, and it's gonna show your name as Erica Hernandez just as a heads up, but we have Zim here.
I should change that.
We have Zim, aka Wiz. Um, so on before we ended last the last episode, episode 3, we mentioned that this episode was gonna be a little different, and it is kind of a little bit different. We are recording it still, but one major thing to note is that Zim and I are not in the same room right now. Zim, let everyone know where you're at, man.
I am in Europe right now. Um it's a beautiful morning, 6:30, 6:45 in Italy. Venice,
Italy.
Italy. Yeah,
Yeah.
last stop of my vacation. Well, last
Oh, the
country of my
last
vacation.
stop. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I left March, what was it? The 7th? Yeah, March 7th, and I'm coming back on the 22nd. So,
Nice, nice.
yeah, next Wednesday.
Yeah, that's a good 1 to 3 weeks, right? 3 weeks out
Yeah, a
there.
little over 2 weeks. A
Mm-hmm.
little over. But it's cool, man. It's been fun. A little colder than I would like, but it's been definitely big blessings, bro. But yeah, it's been fun.
Right. Uh-huh. Cool, cool. Let's see. What brought or what was the reason that you brought yourself out there?
So we're doing this for my parents. So it's 7 of us right now. It's all family. It's me, both my parents, my two grandparents on my dad's side,
Mm-hmm.
and my grandma on my mom's side, and plus
Yeah.
my cousin, one of my cousins. So it's 7 of us, and we're doing this because of my parents' anniversary. Because well, technically their anniversary is on the 27th, but yeah, it's just to like celebrate their 25 years, quarter century together.
Yeah.
So
No, that's big, man. That's big.
yeah, so
Happy
originally,
happy early anniversary to your parents. That's for
thank
sure.
you. Yeah, originally they when they were planning this trip, I did not even want to come. This was like in fall, and at the time I was still looking for a job, and I was like, if we want to do this like in March or like around early spring, like I'm hoping to have a job by then, and I don't want to start a new job and then like right off the bat be like, hey, like I need some time off, you
I'm
know?
dipping, yeah.
Yeah, dipping, because I did that in and out. I got hired and I already had the trip
Uh-huh.
plan, and like I immediately was like, hey, like I need this time off, but it was a little bit different back then because I was training and I wasn't technically on the schedule, so it was easier. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I originally did not want to come, and then I got the job that I have now, which allows me to basically work wherever. So yeah, that was pretty easy for me to be able to hop on this trip too. And
Right.
so now we're here. So several, we had one, two, three, 4 countries, several bunch of cities, and
Name name them. Name where you've been, Zim.
so we started off in England. We were there in London. So we left Tuesday in the afternoon, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got on a flight to London. So and we were there London Wednesday and Thursday, which isn't that much time, but so we got there. It's a 10-hour flight. We left Tuesday in the afternoon. I did not sleep at all during the flight. Like I thought I was going to, and I just didn't. I ended up watching like 3 movies on the flight.
You were super
I
excited to not sleep, huh, Zim?
I just like towards the end of the flight I got tired, but that was like when
Hmm.
we were about to land. So I really didn't have time to sleep.
Yeah.
So I watched Everything Everywhere All at Once, which
Hmm.
is really cool, interesting, like cool visuals and all that. I just couldn't really listen to all of the plot because like it was kind of
Uh-huh.
hard to hear and there's no subtitles.
Yeah,
But I
that
just kept
engine's
thinking
pretty
like
loud.
damn, we could have like Multiverse of Madness should have been this, you know?
Really?
Yeah,
Hmm.
because like they were like so creative and like everything everywhere all at once.
Right, right.
And like in Doctor Strange, it's just like, oh, it's a new universe where people dress in black and they cross the road when on the red light instead of the green light. Like it's so
Hmm.
stupid.
Right, right.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I saw,
they pretty much just visited one other universe in Multiverse of Madness.
yeah, dude,
Pretty
everything ever
much.
all at once has a bagel as a. Wait, have you seen it?
I have not.
Never mind, forget about the bagel. But so
I've
I
seen the
saw
hot dog hands.
the hot dog hands. Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, no, trust me, Zim. I'm coming up, all right. I watched La La Land not too far out. I'll for sure be watching everything everywhere all at once by the time I graduate.
You know,
I'll
I was
promise you that.
rewatching La La Land like last week, like a couple days before the trip too. I was
Hmm.
rewatching it. I don't know why. Okay, saw that one. I saw The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent or The Massive Weight of Unbearable Talent. One with Nick
Hmm.
Cage and Pedro Pascal.
Oh, okay, okay.
That
Oh
one
yeah,
was
I've seen like the memes about that
that one was
movie.
really funny. Have you seen like the Paddington 2 clip?
No, not the Paddington. No,
Oh
not
yeah,
that
where
one.
he's Pedro Pascal's like Paddington 2 is like one of the top 3 movies of all time.
Uh
And
huh.
then like Nick Cage
And
is
he
like,
looks
"What?"
at. Uh huh.
Yeah, he's like, "Are you serious?" And then they like cut to them like showing it. He's like crying. He's like,
Yeah.
"Paddington
Oh. Okay.
2 is amazing."
Uh huh.
So that part like really cracked me up. It's a cool movie.
Hmm.
And then I watched Minions, which is like,
And the minions.
yeah,
Cool.
it was like, all right, whatever.
Wait, sorry to backtrack. Were these the movies that you watched in the plane?
Yeah,
Because you
in
just
the
cut up.
flight.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Sorry,
Because
sorry, sorry.
no, no, no. You're good. You're good. We're good. You got to
So
watch 3 good movies. One
yeah,
of them
and
being the movie that's won the most awards so far, especially during the Oscars. Like so many moments about that. You didn't get to watch the Oscars though, right?
no, I mean I know who won and everything, but
Yeah.
yeah, but it's definitely
A24
deserving of a
dominated.
bunch.
Hmm.
So we landed
You
in
agree?
no, huh?
You agree with the results?
Yeah, I mean I don't think Jamie Lee Curtis should have won, but
Mm,
that's a whole different topic, a
right.
whole different discussion. But so we landed in London. Sorry, we landed there, and it was really cold, and it was raining a lot, and so we got there literally that first night. Like as soon as we got to the hotel, I just like crashed because I
Yeah.
hadn't slept since like Monday night, and it's like Wednesday night now. So like I just crashed and I knocked out. So Tuesday we went to the British Museum, got a tour of that. You know that's where they
British Museum.
that's like the Illuminati scene in Multiverse of Madness. You know, like they're like in a little like their place.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah,
Y-
that's where they
Yeah,
filmed it at, right?
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is neat.
Nice.
Did that, visited the Shard, like the building that looks like a shard. I don't know.
The Shard.
Yeah, it's like the tallest building there, apparently.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so we went on that, climbed that bad boy. That was cool. And then we left Friday morning. It started snowing in London. It was
In
like
London.
crazy. It
Uh-huh.
started snowing, and then we left Friday to go to Paris. And
Uh-huh.
we spent the weekend there, Friday to Monday morning. But like when we got to Paris, I was noticing it was interesting because we were on the taxi, and like the taxi's like driving us through the city, and I just see like it was funny. I saw like this whole street that we were on. It was filled with a bunch of sex shops, like one by
Mm-hmm.
one. Like that was pretty interesting. And
Right.
then I saw a bunch of trash on the floor.
How
Like
come?
so, it was like the garbage cans,
Uh-huh.
and they were overflowing with trash. There was like trash like everywhere on the street.
Oh dang, okay.
So I was like, oh, like I never knew like Paris was this dirty. And
Mm-hmm.
then we asked around, and it turns out that there was some protests happening in Paris, in France, all of
Mm,
France really, because they were
right.
like, because I think the government was like passing a law that like raised the pension age, like the retirement age. So a bunch of
Oh,
people were like
okay.
protesting that,
Right.
including the garbage disposal people.
Mm,
So they had no trash collection for like a whole week before we got there. So like it
that's
was all
pretty
overflowing.
bad. Right.
And even it was like so bad that like a bunch of the people from like the metro like were protesting also. So
Mm-hmm.
a bunch of the trains were like delayed and like even canceled. And so that affected us like when we were leaving too.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Your kids. No, I
mm.
get you, man. I
So what?
Go ahead. I was just gonna make a comment. You're
I forgot
good.
what were we
Trash
doing?
at Paris.
Yeah. So there was that. Other than that, the city in itself was really nice. We got to go on top of the Eiffel Tower. We got the Louvre. We took a cruise on like one of the rivers that goes through the city,
Mm-hmm.
and so we just rode that all around the city. It was really cool. Saw a bunch of Mexicans here too, so that was cool to connect with them.
How does
And
it feel to because you have this history of taking French in high school, and you finally got to put that into action. How was that like? I bet it was pretty rewarding.
Bonjour, je suis un pays, je suis. Est-ce que je peux aller aux toilettes s'il vous plaît? Comme ci, comme ça. Vaca.
I'll be
We
honest, I said a bunch of crap in the video I posted. Like I said, I said, "Hi, I'm in Paris right now." I think I said "Come see, come sa," which literally means so. And then I said "Est-ce que je peux aller aux toilettes s'il vous plaît," which means "May I
uh-huh.
please use the restroom right now?"
Uh-huh.
So these are like just all the things I remember from French. But
You have to
and then
put that clip on here, Zim.
I could have sworn I said baka, and I could have
Yeah.
sworn that means stupid, but that means stupid in Japanese, not not. so, so I spoke three languages for y'all.
Nice, Zim.
Um, but
Multilingual.
yeah,
No,
and
okay, so I was watching that video, right? And then I heard you say vodka, and I'm like, bro, isn't that
isn't that
like
Japanese?
because my brothers and my cousins like they're always saying like you've heard this term before, sussy baka.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, I never knew like that was a French word because you were like going off in French or whatever when you posted it on your story. And I just thought that was super funny.
Yeah,
And knowing you, I kind of already felt like you were doing something like that.
there's
Just like pulling random words out here.
well, so much for the confidence, Calvin. But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
How
I
many
had
years
to
of French did you take?
3 years. 3 years.
Hey
Actually,
man,
man, like
look,
I knew a lot more, but just over the years, I just forgot.
yeah.
Shout out Madame Salvador and Madame Baca though. pretty sure I made them proud with that clip. I
Or
think they'd be proud.
who's that?
Those were the French teachers I had in
Oh,
high school.
yeah. No,
There's
I sorry, I thought you said Baga again, and then that
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
threw me off.
that's her name.
Baka with a C, right?
Baca, Baca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to her. Okay.
So
Oh,
so yeah, trilingual, by the way. And then what did I say? Oh yeah, we saw a bunch of Mexicans, and so that was cool to connect with them. And we told them we were coming to Italy soon, and they were all like, "Oh, be very careful over there, especially in Venice, which is where I'm at right now."
oh.
And we were like, "Why?" And literally every single like family we spoke to or person,
Uh-huh.
they were like, "Yeah, we got robbed over there." Like they had just come from Italy too. A bunch of them were taking like multi country like trips too.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, "Oh yeah, like yeah, be careful. Like they like robbed me over there, you know, they
Uh-huh.
like a bunch of pickpockets and stuff." So
Yeah.
we were like, "Oh shoot, like all right." And I was looking forward to Italy the most. But
No,
so
like
that was
Italy
kind of like
looks
huh, all right, like you know,
right. I mean,
but
in all fairness, I feel like in a lot of tourist destinations, like if you were to go to LA right now too, especially like in
oh
Hollywood
for sure,
Boulevard,
yeah.
a lot of
And
pickpocketers there. Like people know who tourists are. They know they can spot out pretty much who isn't a local.
oh, for sure. I mean, especially when you got like a group of 7 people, everyone with suitcases, you know, like that don't look French, then you know, it's it's not a hard guess.
Yeah.
But like going back to Paris thing, everyone in Paris is like very fashionable. Like everyone dresses nice there. At least in the
Yeah.
city, obviously, like outside probably not, but
Mm-hmm.
that was like
I mean,
something that like really stuck out to me.
that was
What are
a
you gonna say?
good culture shock for you.
Yeah, because it was like the nicest things, like everywhere. Everyone was like very like everyone was dressed up. Like the drip was crazy over here. I was
Uh-huh.
like, damn,
Have you
you
seen
know?
Modern Family, Zim?
No.
So there's this one episode where this guy went to Paris and he wanted to like blend in with all the Parisians. And so he would like try talking in French, and then people would just be like how can I help you? Like are you lost? Like talking to him in English.
Mm.
And he's like no like I'm from here, like you know, when he knows he's capping. And then he bumps into another person, and he right away knew without even speaking that he wasn't Parisian. And so he asked him like how do you know that I'm not from Paris? And then the other guy was like he just looked him up and down, and the camera panned out, and you see like one person that you for sure looks like he's from Paris because of the way he's looked, and then the character from the show who just looks, he just has like a like no drip basically.
That was literally how it was here,
Yeah.
or how it was over there. It
hmm
was crazy. Like not even just like young people, like older people too. Had
hmm
like a bunch of drip. It was
Like what I'm
crazy.
imagining is like a bunch of trench coats and the LVs.
Fur coats, everything, dude. Boots, you
hmm
name it. I
I mean,
saw a dude.
it is the fashion capital of the world, right? Or is that Milan?
No idea. I
It
guess
is
it's
Milan.
Paris. Oh, it's Milan? Really?
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of like fashion, like a lot of the fashion industry originated there in Paris, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. It was crazy though. But it was fun.
hmm
It was fun.
Yeah, Chanel, LV, Hermes, a lot of those types.
Yeah,
They
and it
know
was,
what they're doing.
and I mean, it was like cold in Paris too. So like,
Hermes.
and but
What's that?
like still, they still wanted to let like layer up and still dress nice. So shout out to them for that.
Mm.
So
Speaking of coldness, Zim, like I don't know if you were still here when it happened, but it was snowing here
it snowed over there.
in SoCal. Yeah. I was having I had it was my clinical rotation in this hospital in Anaheim, and I was in the ER, so we had quick access to go outside of the hospital. And like we were just living life and taking care of patients here and there. And then one of the nurses, like we just hear her yell saying like, "Oh my gosh, guys, it's snowing." And I'm like, "Nah, there's no way." Like I know we have our bouts of hail here and there, but then we look outside and then like it actually was snowing. Like it
Really?
wasn't like how it is in like the Midwestern states where you
Mhm.
can actually see snowflakes.
It's like little
But
like flakes, kind of, right? Like or
yeah, so when it snowed here, it was just like big clumps of ice together, but it fell soft where
hmm.
it actually looked like it was snow. I mean, it was snow, but not hard enough where it was hail. And so
When
it
was
was
this?
kind
You
of
remember? Sorry, when was this?
honestly, Zim, I think it was right when you left. March 1st,
Wow.
March 1st, March 1st.
I remember there was like a Saturday, not that long before I left, where it was like hailing,
Oh
like
yeah.
yeah, like bad,
Mm-hmm.
like it come in like spurts too, or like a couple minutes of hail like crazy, and then it stopped, and then several minutes after it would start.
No, that was on a Saturday. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the Saturday
It might have
before
been
you
that
left.
day then. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's interesting, man. Like I've only been to the snow once in my whole life,
Mm-hmm.
so seeing snow again, like when I was leaving London, like we thought it was gonna be snowing when we were getting to London, but no, it was just
Right.
rain. And then when
Mm-hmm.
we were finally leaving London, that's when it started to snow. Like legit, as
Right.
soon as like we were entering the train station, that's when that started to snow.
Really.
I was like, oh, I got to miss it. But
I
okay,
like snow just gives off like such a cool vibe. I don't know how to
yeah,
explain it, but
yeah,
it
it's
it's weird
cool.
how yeah, it's weird how it's been snowing and like hailing recently. Um, I was talking to one of the nurses I was working with who's like a traveler, and
Why you put
he's
in quotes?
like he's a nursing traveler.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, my bad. I mean, I don't mean to like this isn't a negative connotation whatsoever. It's just what they're commonly known as. He's from Washington and he has a contract to work here all the way in Anaheim. And I asked him like, hey, how do you like it here compared to Washington? He's like, oh, like I like it a lot. Like there's so much to do, but I feel like I don't I wasn't expecting this type of weather for when I got here. And I'm like, I told him honestly, like all the years that I've been living here in California, this weather has like this has not happened at all.
Mhm.
We had a really hot summer last year, and I hope that doesn't translate to us having a really another really hot one this year because that was really bad.
Dude, it's crazy seeing. Like I never would have thought like snow in SoCal.
Uh-huh.
It
No,
just
hail I
doesn't.
understand. Hail I
Hail is
understand, but
different,
snow
right?
was
Yeah, but
yeah,
snow, it's
snow
like,
is was out of this world. Like, bro, it was snowing in Disneyland. Like
yeah,
I could
that's insane. Like it doesn't. Those two things don't go together. Like snow and SoCal.
no,
Yeah,
no.
it's like the opposites are attracting right there.
Hmm.
But man,
Like a
can't believe
lot
I
of the
missed that.
reasons why a lot of the reason why people want to be like
Because
living here is because
the
there is no
weather, yeah.
snow.
'Cause the weather, yeah,
And
exactly. 'Cause I mean, I
mhm,
don't fault them. I mean, it's like the best weather in like the whole country. So like, yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, for sure.
that's no cap, no cap. But I
No
thought that was
kizzy.
super interesting how it
All right.
was snowing. So let's see, Zim.
So we're done with Paris. We went to Switzerland next. We went
Oh,
to
dude, Zim is
Lucerne.
living my dream.
Dude, it
That's
was
really cool. What part of Switzerland?
Lucerne. It's like
Mm,
I think it's like towards the middle of the country actually. But
right, right.
there's not much to do. It's just like
Like
it's pure.
sightseeing.
Yeah, exactly. But
Hmm.
it's really nice though over here.
No, dude,
And
Switzerland is beautiful, man.
it was
Like,
raining our first day. We didn't get to spend so much time there. But it was
uh-huh.
raining our first day, but when we were leaving, we left well, what day was it? Wednesday, I think. Dude, that was really nice. Like the train the train ride we took out of Lucerne, like starting to come to Italy, dude, like some of the most like beautiful stuff I've ever seen. Like
Like all the
these
mountain ranges
like the
and
mountains were like covered in snow, but it's like sunny outside and it's like a little bit warmer and there's like a bunch of lakes
mhm.
and like houses next like on the lakes. Like dude, it was amazing. I was like, wow. I would really like to like live out here.
Yeah.
It definitely feels like it's a place where like you go there if you want to get away from everything because it just feels like so calm and peaceful. Like
Yeah. Definitely.
like nothing ever happens there. So if
Hmm.
you're like just trying to like separate yourself from like society, I guess, like it
Hmm.
definitely feels like one of those type of places, you know?
Yeah. No, Switzerland is definitely a slept on country to
Dude,
s-
for
to
sure.
say the least. It has the second, if not the best, healthcare in all of the world. With the healthcare system is really good.
Who's the
And
first?
it's either them or I forgot who the first one is, but it's for sure not us.
No,
Sorry to
definitely.
hate. I've yeah, I've done a lot of reports on healthcare stuff,
the
but yeah,
the
it's really beautiful. Like I always see clips of it being a top destination spot on TikTok, and understandably so. Uh, I know like with our like the yearbook group, one of our plans is to like have a trip there when in the winter
Mhm.
because it actually looks like a winter wonderland. And I don't know,
It
and I don't
does,
know
yeah.
what city, but it it just looks like a really great place to visit.
Hmm. No, definitely.
Hmm.
Like Lucerne, it's not like the biggest city. Like you could like we like banged it out in like a day,
Yeah.
but but like I said, it's just like sightseeing and like kind of like vibes, you know, which is
Uh-huh.
really cool. Like I could like if I had the means, I would like consider like moving
Yeah.
there, you know.
No, Switzerland is probably the European country that I want to visit the most.
But
And
that got me
go
thinking.
ahead.
Sorry, like if you were to like move anywhere else, like where would it be? Have you like
Oh,
thought
dude,
about that?
I thought yeah, I have. If it were to be another country, I would definitely move out to Switzerland. It's the neutral country.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Because
you'll
it like
you're
has
gonna be
everyone's
safe.
money, so yeah,
You're gonna be safe, that's for sure.
yeah. That's definitely a factor too.
That was something I was gonna bring up earlier. Like it's the neutral country since it's the international banker or whatever.
For real, yeah.
So you're safe.
I'd
You have a
be
lot of greenery. It's a pretty safe it's a pretty safe country with not that high of crime rates and again the healthcare that can trump anything honestly.
hmm
What
yeah.
about you?
Everyone
What were you
was nice there
thinking?
too.
Yeah.
Um, Switzerland is up there. Yeah, I would
Mm-hmm.
say in the US though, I really, really love Utah, bro. Like
Utah. Okay.
yeah, I know it's not like a popular like place, but man, when I visited there like a few years ago, it was just
Uh,
amazing. And
no, I love Zion.
yeah,
It was
yeah, Zion was amazing, dude. Like I just remember I took one of my dogs with me at the time because at the time he was still alive, and I just remember like at night walking in Zion with my dog.
mhm.
You could see the
You could
Milky
see the
Way.
stars,
You could
right?
see the Milky Way like really clear, like up at the night,
Hmm.
and you know everything's so peaceful. And we saw like a deer like right next to the pathway in the park, and like the deer
Uh-huh.
was like chilling, like it wasn't spooked at us or at my dog or anything.
Right.
Like it was just amazing. So like Utah would definitely be the place.
Mm.
And I'd be thinking like sometimes like living in the US can be like draining because like you have to like hear about all this like kind of drama like in politics and like other stuff. And sometimes I would just be thinking like, man, like it'd be cool to just live in like another country that doesn't seem like they have to deal with a bunch of
That doesn't
issues like
seem like
we
they're
do, you
problematic.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah, or it's like you could just like chill out for a bit, you know? And so
Hmm.
I think Switzerland definitely fits that bill from when I was
So
there.
I'm curious, like what about the pacing? If you were to compare like the pace of life in here versus Europe. Because I've heard like there is like some type of difference, but I never really understood it. How would you say how different would you say the pacing is compared to here?
I think it's I feel like that's more of like a big city versus like a small city, like rural life kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Because like in big cities, like obviously like where we live and all that, like everything's fast paced. People want everything instantly. People always have something to do, so you're just like constantly moving. Whereas I feel like in like a smaller town or like a smaller city, people aren't necessarily mm, like caught up in all the same things that we are that we have to do. Where
Mm-hmm.
it seems like they could just go like a little bit slower. Like it feels like they don't have much to do. Now, obviously, I don't really know as much because I mean, like you, we live in a big city, so like we're always like doing something. There's always something to do. So
Mm.
obviously, I don't know like the whole details of it, but what I
But like
assume to
from
be
the cities that you visited.
well, like London and Paris is like they're like two of the biggest cities in the world. So like obviously, like the style is not like it's not gonna be different than like LA, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like especially like in London, I felt like people were just insanely like walking really fast.
Mm.
Like, cause we take the train like everywhere, and just feel like, damn, like people are just like in a rush all the time, you
Yeah.
know? Like, and I mean, I guess we don't really see that in LA because like everyone's driving, so
Yeah.
like you don't really get that to see like that personal like personally you get to see that
Mm-hmm.
except I guess like when you're driving, but
Like we don't have as good of a train system as London, for example,
no,
or Paris.
but yeah, definitely felt that way. It was like, damn, like everyone has like no patience and they're just like speed walking everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Which is good.
But I would
Like
say,
it's really healthy that way, if anything.
yeah, there isn't. I haven't seen a lot of fat people here.
Mm.
I mean, I've seen a few, you know, but
Yeah.
it's like the cities. It's like the public transit is really good over there, and like the city, I guess like the way it's designed, it like encourages like people to walk,
Walking. Yeah,
stuff
which
like
is
that.
great.
So yeah,
Which is a good like city design.
yeah. So
Like
I mean, I haven't
if you
seen a lot
think
of fat
about it,
people.
Zim, like in LA, like if it weren't for the traffic, everything is basically like within an hour drive.
Yeah,
Everything is
yeah,
pretty close without the
exactly.
traffic.
And it's like, oh, excuse me, the way it's designed in LA, it's like you need a car, like
Yeah,
to get around.
which
Like you,
sucks, but
yeah, you can't really do anything without it. But like in those cities, like London less so, but like Paris, I felt like we got the train and like we went everywhere with it. So like a car didn't feel like a necessity, you know?
Yeah.
Like Lucerne for sure does not feel like you need a car. And then so far in Venice, well, at least in like this part of town that we're in, like everyone's walking. Like the taxis are in the water, but
Yeah.
like everyone's walking everywhere here. So you don't really need a car. Like the streets, you can't even fit a car in the streets. Like they're like really small.
Really narrow.
Yeah.
Do you watch Conan?
No.
Okay, never mind.
The late night show guy, right?
Yeah.
You know, I mean I've seen a few clips from him. What
No,
about?
I'm asking if you've seen Conan because like he has his executive producers is super obsessed with Italy.
Oh really?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure if you were to watch some of his clips, like you'll find it really funny. But his name's Jordan Schlansky. He's like he's New York born, but he reps Italy hard,
Is he
and
Italian?
he's not Italian. He's not Italian, but he knows like he lives in. I don't know if it's just like a sketch or anything, but
There's like a
it's
weird
as if
obsession for some reason.
it's a pretty he drives what are those like Italian motorcycles?
Yeah. Oh.
A Vespi or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he has that. He goes to Italy pretty frequently, and like whenever I think of Italy, I think of him.
Mm-hmm.
But it's worth the watch. I swear. Like they did an episode where Conan and Jordan went out to Italy,
Oh yeah.
and yeah, whoever's watching this, you should really watch that. But
We're plugging other people's shows.
yeah,
But
hey, you never know. We might end up on his podcast, or he might end up on ours.
yeah, Conan needs a friend.
Conan, shout out.
So yeah, that was that. So right now we're in Venice. And
Yes.
yeah, like I said, it's like the historic part of town, which is where we're at. Like all the streets are small. Like there's like a bunch of like alleyways, like small alleyways, and like a bunch of little rivers going through the city. So there's really all you do is walk over here, and there's like a lot.
Is there a
of
bunch of
bridges.
Is there a bunch of people singing?
No.
Like when I imagine Italy, like I kind of imagine how you've been to Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like in the canals, all I hear is like singing, like and then like they're
You're
like rowing
so
the
racist,
boats.
Calvin. Wow. You think every Italian just spends all their time singing? Oh my god.
No, I'm like imagining like if I were to be in Italy and like I'm strolling down those
Like the
narrow
Venetian.
walkways. Yeah, the Venetian.
The Venetian. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No. But
No one's
it's
singing.
I mean, you got maybe like a couple performers here, but like
Mm,
not really too crazy. But
uh-huh.
that's cool. It's like at night when we got there, it looks like a sketchy place. Like outside of the main
Oh.
canal and like the main like area, like
Mhm.
the where all the restaurants are at and stuff. You walk a little like out. Like when we were walking to our hotel, it was like at night. It wasn't even too late. It was like probably like 9 or 8. And there isn't like too many lights over here. It's like maybe
Is
like
it
one light here, and then
uh-huh.
a couple blocks away they have like another light on.
No
So
way.
it's really like it's really dark, and like if you didn't know any better, it's like it looks really sketchy.
So
Like,
that's why people are getting pickpocketed, man.
I mean, I guess, but the thing is, it's like there's no one out on the streets though. Like
After
like
after
at
sunset.
8 or 9, there's like
Uh-huh.
it like dies off really quickly actually,
Mm.
and not just here, like in other places too. Switzerland, it was, I mean, like at 7, it was dead. But
Are places still open? Or is
no,
it just because like people are already home by then?
no, like they're not even open. Like
Mm.
there's places that like in Switzerland, a grocery store closed at like 7 or 8, 7, I think.
No way. It's like
Yeah,
so.
it's
That's
like
so
so
bizarre.
early, right? Like we were,
Uh-huh.
or like I was trying to buy like a bottle of water after we ate, and like we passed by the grocery store. It was like 7:30, and it was already closed. I'm
Right.
like what the? But so yeah, so Venice can look a little bit sketchy, and apparently a bunch of
Mm.
people get robbed too. But
Yeah.
but thankfully that didn't happen to us. I'm gonna leave today too, like in a couple hours.
No way. Oh, okay, okay.
So this is yeah. So went to Venice, saw where Spider-Man meets Mysterio.
Yeah.
Um,
That's right.
yeah, and then going
Spider
to
Monkey, you mean?
Spider Monkey. Sorry, is that also in Venice? I thought that was a different city.
Uh, it's
But
been a while since
you're
I
probably
watched that movie.
right. I know, me too. And then going to Florence. I'm gonna be there today and tomorrow. And then wait, Saturday? Yeah. And then Sunday we get to Rome, and then we're gonna be there till Tuesday when we go back. So yeah,
Mm,
so that's it.
bro,
That
that's cool,
is
man.
it.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
living my dream. I have did you have Mr. Sanders when you took AP Euro?
No.
Okay. Well, Mr. Sanders, shout out to him for teaching us AP Euro. He would always go into tangents about um the time that he backpacked Europe.
Yeah.
And yeah, yeah. That I always say like one day I'm gonna do this, which I really hope I do. Um, which I feel like is not really too impossible because there's a lot of like the train system in Europe is pretty
Yeah.
good, right?
Like it. There's no borders here, so
Mm-hmm.
like we the only place that we really had to go through like customs again
Was London.
was well besides that,
Mm.
but was going to Paris because that was like we were crossing from England to France, and so I guess because England's not part of the EU anymore, the
Mm. Oh
European
yeah.
Union.
Mm-hmm.
So that was when we had to go through customs again. But other than that, like we haven't really like it's like so chill, relaxed over here.
You didn't
Like
have to wait that 1 hour line to
no, you don't
cross.
have to. Like
Uh,
I was telling my mom like it could I could very easily like see this changing and like in the future like the countries
oh
would like have borders again because it's like
yeah.
it's not hard to like if a madman wants to like bring a gun to the train and then like if I had a gun in my backpack, if I got the gun in Paris, like it's not
You're
hard
thinking
to
very
bring it
much like an
over here.
American right now, Zimri.
Yeah, exactly. So like I was like it's not hard for someone to like do something here. So I was like
Mm.
so I could see it like very easily changing in the future. Cuz like when we were when we were crossing to Italy from Switzerland, they said on the train they were like have your passport ready, right? Cuz like the the customs from like Italy are going to come by and like check everyone, right? Or
Mm.
just like a brief check, and literally like the guys from Italy just like were casually walking by, and they were like asking like only a couple people for their passports. Like it was just
Oh,
like they weren't
profiling.
like they were just so like relaxed about it. It's not like
Mm.
they were checking every single person. They were just walking by, and if they felt like it, they were like, "Oh, can't see your passport. All right, cool, that's it." Like they didn't have
Yeah.
anything on them. So yeah, it's totally different from back home.
Yeah. I mean, really, like, what's the wrong in that? I feel like
No, exactly. It's really cool. I just feel like I said, like
would tensions arising? Is that what you're
no,
referring to,
I was
or
like, if there's like a psychopath out there that like wants to do some damage,
which I
like
feel like happens pretty frequently,
yeah, I just feel like
sadly. But
it's I just feel like it's pretty easy for them to do it over there.
mm,
But it's cool though. I mean, I like it.
yeah, I mean, I don't know much about like the crime scenario situation going on in Europe, but I mean, you know, you know what? Never mind. Never mind. I don't know where I was going with that.
No, I'm saying, but yeah,
I've been
it's really
awake
cool
for.
though. And
Uh-huh.
like it's really convenient, like not having to do like customs and like all that like every single place.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. I'm not saying it's like a bad thing or
Right, right, right. No, I get that. I don't think it's a bad thing.
anything.
But, you know, everyone or not all countries have the same motives and purpose.
Yeah.
But yeah, so sorry. Mr. Sanders, like he would talk about backpacking and that really like inspired me to look more into it. And like isn't it just so cool how you're able to visit so many countries in Europe, which is somewhat like how it is here in the States, but in Europe it's countries that you're traveling
Mm-hmm.
from here and there. Like the cultural limit is so like way more than what's here.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's really really cool.
Yeah.
Um
And they all use the euro too. So it's like the same
mhm,
currency, you know?
right.
So it's like really it's easy, you know?
It's convenient to travel
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
Like the biggest I guess adversity is just that plane ticket and then finding a place to stay overnight.
Yeah. It is draining, like traveling through train and then like doing all that packing up all over again and stuff. But I mean that's
Mhm.
like traveling in general. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's why I haven't.
No, Mr. Sanders said that he backpacked I think 3 months,
Oh
and I
really?
feel like that's a great amount of time to really indulge yourself in different cultures that are there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
wow. That's insane. 3 months. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty long time.
I know, yeah, for
um,
sure.
I think one of our friends, Brittany Simmons, she did something like that not too long ago. I was really jealous, but you know, who knows? Maybe we'll have a Wiz Encoder spin-off.
Spin off.
Wiz Encoder visits the EU. Who knows?
The yeah, our first international episode.
Yeah, yeah. That would be really cool. Um in terms of like notable culture shocks, so you said with Paris, like a lot of people knew how to dress. What about in terms of like London or Lucerne, you in Italy right now? Like, is there anything that stood out more?
Um,
I
not
hear
really.
some
I mean,
sirens going on.
yeah, you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, someone's getting
The
pickpocketed.
yeah, the police. Yeah, the police are. They have the boats. Like, yeah,
No way, that's so cool.
yeah. Like
That's
I saw
super
like a police
cool.
boat like just go by on the river like just casually. It was funny.
Oh, what?
Cause
That's
like I
sick.
said, it's all like little rivers and canals and like and stuff like that. So like there's
Uh,
no place for a car to be here, you
that's
know.
so cool, man.
So they're either like the police are either just like casually walking the streets or like they're on a
Mhm.
boat,
Are there
which
sirens
is
on the
cool.
boats?
I'm
Not.
guessing.
I mean, like lights. I mean, the lights.
Oh, I'm guessing. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
It
sick.
was cool. We took the gondola yesterday, like around the
The
city. That
gondola.
was fun. Yeah, like the
Mm.
little like boats,
Yeah, the boats. Uh-huh.
the paddle ones. Yeah.
Right, right.
In terms of like culture, like not really. It's just everyone's been nice here so far. Like everywhere we've been, like, and my parents have been to Europe before, like
Mm-hmm.
21 years ago, and they, I remember my mom said like people in France were like rude, like they were rude to her,
Uh-huh.
like, cause
Yeah, so I always thought that was something, right? Like
yeah, cause they're
people
like
from
American and
Paris
all
are,
that. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
but like at least the people that we dealt with, like the ones in the hotel were really nice.
Mm-hmm.
The people in the restaurants were really cool too. Like our tour guides and everything, like in the Eiffel Tower, they like they were really nice to us actually. So
Okay.
I have like nothing bad to say about them. And I feel like a lot of people, especially like in the tourism industry, like have to like know a bunch of languages. Because like when we were going up the Eiffel Tower, like on the elevator, like the person that was in charge of it, like they spoke in French first, then they spoke in English, and then they spoke the same thing in no my bad said the same thing in Spanish, and
Mm.
like a bunch of people would speak those languages. Like when we would go out to restaurants and stuff, like
Yeah.
they'd speak Spanish to us also.
Mm.
So I feel like a lot of people are very smart in that sense, you know.
Yeah.
But like culturally, no, not really. Just but the culture shock for me was like in London, like when we went to go get breakfast, and I saw in the buffet that they had beans out for breakfast, and I was like, wait.
Beans?
Like,
That's not too
yeah,
out of the
beans
ordinary.
for breakfast.
Yeah, I feel like
Beans for
beans have been
breakfast.
served before for breakfast. Yeah. That
Where
doesn't
have
seem
you
too.
gone? What? No, that's no one does that back home.
I'm pretty sure I've seen beans before. Like that's not much of a shock to me.
Uh, I mean, I knew that they ate
If it's
beans
like
for
the
breakfast, like the
Lucille's
English.
types of beans where it's like heavily like spice and stuff like that, then yeah, I wouldn't eat that for breakfast. But I've seen like black beans or brown beans being
No,
normal served
they don't
next to eggs.
for breakfast. No,
Yes, I
no,
swear.
that's like an English thing. Well, I mean,
I'm,
I've heard that like the English do that, and then yeah, when I saw it, I was like, oh shoot, like yeah, I'm not.
did you
This isn't
grab
LA.
some? Did you indulge yourself in the culture, or was that too
It's
weird for
no,
you?
it's why would I eat beans for breakfast? No, like no,
You gotta be
no.
open-minded when you do this type of stuff, Zim.
I'm open minded, but I didn't want that.
How's the food?
That was cool. The food's been good. The food here in
Hmm.
Italy has been good so far. I will say. Out of all the places that we've been in so far, I would say Italy is the
Mm.
best. Well, so we've only been to one place, so like we're gonna take a food tour in Rome. So I'm pretty excited about
Nice.
that.
Right, right.
But everyone that we've talked to also says that, like the food's like insane here. So
Do you
yeah.
drink coffee, Zim?
No, but I heard it's really strong over here. Like my folks have gone like coffee americano,
Hmm.
and it's like really really strong apparently.
Yeah, I heard. Well, this is what Jordan Schlanch said on Conan's show. Like apparently Italy does have the best they have the best type of coffee around the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like it has to
Yeah.
do with the TDS or whatever it's called, but
Yeah,
you should really try it for me.
yeah, and everything's like really small here too. Like I
Oh,
know we're
the
used to like
portions, right? The
the
portions.
portions like they're like
Yeah.
yeah, and like I mean we're used to like everything being big and like
Mm-hmm.
in the U.S. and everything. So
Yeah.
it's kind of it's interesting. Like the first night we got here in Italy, and like we got like I got like a pasta, right? And the guy came and like the plate was big, but like
It
the food
was
amount,
normal
the
portioned.
portion, no, it was like smaller. And I was like, huh.
Yeah.
But it was
No,
still
it's
good. It was still
yeah.
good.
No,
Like,
like to go back on that Modern Family clip I was telling you about, like they were being rude to the character of the show, and one of the Parisians made a comment about how, by the way, like the food here is normal, is like the portion is normal, and like I can't believe like that's such an American thing because the only other country I've ever been to is basically the Philippines. And like whenever I would go back home to the Philippines, it's such like a shock for me to see how small the serving portions are.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's the same over here too. It's not that. I mean, they're like normal size. It's not like the smallest thing in the world,
Uh,
but still, like definitely smaller than what we're used to.
mm-hmm.
And man, I forgot what I was gonna say, but I had another comment. But
Was it
yeah,
about food?
it had something. Nah, I lost it. Hopefully, it'll get back to me. But yeah, it's been really interesting. Oh, it's like straight out of like Ratatouille. You know how like
Oh
like,
yeah.
the food in that it's like really small, like the portions. Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
Mm,
It
yeah.
was
I mean,
like
on
that.
top of the walking, and then on top of the small food portions,
Yeah, like
they do a
people
really good
aren't
job
fat
of.
over here. Yeah, they're like,
I
that's what
mean,
we've been
it's
talking
a
about.
problem. Like we can see that, right? Like it's a
Like
problem here.
like the alleyways here, like a fat person could not get in like
Yeah,
90% of the
overweight,
alleyways here.
overweight person.
What's wrong with fat?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe nothing is. Go ahead. Go
We
ahead.
were because we've been thinking about this like too. Like even my dad was like, yeah, like a fat person couldn't get through this. Oh, sorry,
Like
an
everyone here is
overweight
healthy.
person.
Everyone here is healthy, right?
Yeah,
That's what you're thinking.
he was like an overweight person could not get in this elevator. Like our bathrooms and our rooms and stuff are like really small too.
Yeah.
So you're just thinking like, yeah, like this is for
But
like
everyone
normal
there is
size.
pretty tall, huh?
Yeah, there's been some tall people here in
Mhm.
Italy. I don't feel like I've seen that many tall people, but in London there was like several tall people, and France it was like a normal amount. So, but
Mm.
yeah. So yeah, so we've been thinking about that, like, yeah, like a fat person could not get in this elevator because it's like so small. But
Yeah, man.
and there's a
But I
lot
mean,
of
like
stairs.
that's that's how life is lived there, and
Yeah, I know. Good for them.
they
Good for
maintain
them.
they maintain like a good body physique because of it, which is
I
good.
know.
Which is really
Exactly.
good.
Good for them. Good for
Something
them.
that should be really promoted here too.
Yeah. And I thought when I got to London, I thought everything was like kind of like compacted, like there wasn't a lot of space. And then like when I got here, I was like, okay, this is definitely way less space here. For
Yeah.
stuff.
Right.
So,
Right.
so it's been cool.
And we're not shaming anyone. Just clarifying, we're not shaming anyone. We're just making a comment about the lifestyle in Europe. Just to make that clear.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been definitely interesting. I like the space is like so like compact and everything here. Like even like the stairs, I feel like there isn't a lot of like space to like actually step on, like
Oh,
for your
okay.
stairs and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And like I remember I fell I fell down on the stairs in Switzerland, like in our hotel.
Uh-huh.
Like I fell down and like I just like slid like several steps down, right?
Ouch,
And like
Zim.
like I wasn't going fast. I wasn't going like none of that, right? Like I was going a regular pace going down. But I think I just didn't have enough space to like put my foot in on that one.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it must have just like gave out, just like slipped. So like I felt like on my back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like my
Ouch.
dad was there, and like it was funny because like my dad, he doesn't tell me, "Are you okay? You all right?" Like any of that, like
Yeah.
how much did it hurt? Any of that? He just goes
Uh-huh.
like, he sees me, like I get up on myself, right? Like I get up,
Uh-huh.
and he looks at me, and he tells me like, he's like, "It's cool if you go fast, but like it's not like don't be so extra." And like I wasn't even going fast or anything. He's like, it's good to go fast, but like it ain't all that. Like just chill out.
Yeah. Take
I was
it
like,
slow,
yeah,
Zim. Like
I was
you're
like,
on
yeah.
vacation.
I was like, thanks, Dad. Yeah, I was going
That sounds like a very Papa Zim comment.
yeah, oh, dude, my dad was like that like my whole life. Like every time I fall
Yeah.
down and stuff, like he'd always be like, it's part of the show. Like,
Yeah,
that's
I feel
what
like
he would
he's like
say.
analyzing it compared to like, oh, wondering how like your well being.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't. He'd be like, oh, it's part of the show. Get up.
Mm.
He's like, that's it. So yeah, I'm used to it. But
That's funny, bro.
it's been fun, man.
Mm. That's
And
I'm glad, bro. Like I really can't wait to visit Europe one day. Out of so you've got to visit England, Paris, Switzerland, and Italy. If this trip were to be longer, what other countries you would you want to visit?
definitely
Like any top threes in mind?
definitely Germany, Spain. Third one, that's interesting. Maybe the Netherlands. I feel like the
The
Netherlands,
Dutch.
yeah, the Dutch people are like kind of
Mm-hmm.
similar to like Switzerland.
They're
Or just
huge.
like
They're tall.
yeah, like in terms of like the views and all that, I feel like
Mm-hmm.
they're pretty
Oh,
similar
it's
and I
it's
feel like
it's
it's
kind of
really
like
nice.
similar to Switzerland from what I've seen in pictures.
Yeah, exactly. Like a bunch of
Mm-hmm.
mountains and all that. So definitely that. Spain, I mean, there's a lot of history there. That's like the motherland. So
Yeah.
that, and then Germany, I don't know. It just feels like a nice place now. You know, like nice people.
Yeah.
I feel like there isn't too many rude German people now. You know,
Mm.
but
Right, right.
I mean, I could be wrong. I've never been, but from what I heard, it's really nice.
Mm. We'll add that
Well,
to destination for backpacking then.
what about you? Besides Switzerland, where would you want to go?
Oh, definitely like the places that you visited. I agree with Spain. I would also add like Greece, maybe.
Greece looks fun.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, whole Mamma Mia vibes. But here, let's see, dude. I'm like thinking about it. I took AP Euro. I mean, like I paid attention and everything, but
AP Euro is boring, dude.
I
Like, let's
I
be
lost
honest.
everything. I don't know
Let's be honest.
anything
AP
about.
Euro is boring. Like, I liked it. I had
Yeah.
like cool people in that class. Mr.
Uh.
Armendariz was cool. Some funny memories there, but like the stuff itself is meh. No offense, European
I
people.
I don't think it's pretty much. It wasn't the instructor's fault or anything. Mr. Sanders was a great teacher. It's just compared to A Push, AP US History versus AP Euro. AP US History was much easier to follow through, and it was something that we were already exposed to. So I
Yeah.
found that way more interesting and intriguing
There's
like versus Europe. It goes back all the way to the Black Plague. Like that was
I
the
was
first
gonna
thing that we.
say, yeah, and like there's not that much history with the US because it's like relatively newer compared to like literally all of Europe. So
Uh
like
huh.
there isn't really much like
Yeah, but
to
they
learn.
beef it up. They beef it up and like they dramatize it, and I love that about A Push.
A push. I
Whereas
saw
with AP Euro, go ahead, go ahead.
no, go finish.
No, I'm just gonna say like compared to AP Euro, everything was just so flat and like okay, like this is what happened in like 1819 or
Yeah.
Napoleon. He did this and
Like
that.
the only part of AP Girl that really got my attention was like the French Revolution and like all
Oh
that,
yeah, yeah.
like Napoleon and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Like
All
that
the beheadings.
that was interesting. But then like everything else was just like a bunch of revolutions, bunch of like change of thoughts.
Uh-huh.
And I was like,
Bunch
all
of
right.
like colonization here and there.
And I was like, all right. Like, what's it gonna be for today? But
Yeah.
I was
Like
gonna
so
say,
much land being fought over. Go ahead.
yeah. I was gonna say, I saw someone that reminded me a lot of Miss James. Like, I forgot where it was. I think it was here. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you remember Miss James, right?
Oh, I love Mr. James. Yeah,
Yeah.
she rapped.
She did. She
She
rapped.
rapped.
And that was
Yeah,
sorry,
we're
Siri just activated for no reason.
no, you're okay.
But yeah. So I was, like for a brief second, I was like, is that Miss James? But no.
Mm-hmm.
But I was
Which
like,
I wouldn't doubt if that was her, because what was cool about Miss James? Miss James is our Gemini's a push teacher back in junior year. She visited all the spots or most of the spots that she would teach about. So
oh
like
yeah,
uh-huh. Yeah, you don't remember? She
no,
planked. She
she
planked when
planked.
yeah, she planked like when planking was a thing. I don't know what year, like 2012 or whatever. She went on a trip to visit all of the landmarks that were taught in A Push, like where they signed the Declaration of Independence, yada yada yada, the
Yeah.
bell,
Mhm.
Liberty Bell. She would plank, and she would tell us like, okay, guys, like I want you to tell me like where you find me in this picture, and then like you just see like this.
I think I remember now those.
Uh-huh.
That's really
So
funny though.
no, Miss James, shout out to her. Like she was a really intriguing
She
A
was cool.
Push instructor.
She was
And
a cool teacher.
she would rap about she would, while she was teaching, she would rap.
Yeah, she
And
did. Yeah.
hmm
I think was that the end of the year where she made a rap with like all of us.
yeah, she was
Like,
crying.
yeah, I remember. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That was a nice touch.
We know what career path she would have blossomed in if not for AP US history. She was she had some bars like Kendrick had her.
Oh,
Kendrick was silent when she would be rapping.
I thought you meant something else for some reason. I was like, what?
Nah, Zim, like I was referring to her rap career. I was
thought
really
like for
referring to
some
her rap.
reason this was like a you were gonna say like a
Yeah,
porn star or something.
No, that's definitely not what I was alluding to. Definitely
I'll
not what I was
bleep that out.
alluding to.
I'll bleep
But
that out.
yeah,
Defamation.
bleep it out. Do the
But
dolphin sound.
yeah, it's I mean, what else is there to say? I guess technically this is 2% of my motherland, dude.
Oh yeah, yeah. Zim, talk about that. Talk about
Okay,
what you mean about that.
So in high school, I took a DNA test, right? He's 23andMe. Shout out them, you know. So I got my results back, and then
Okay, wait. Sorry, backtrack. Why did you want to? What made you want to get this 23andMe?
Just curious. Just want to see, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what else? I mean, obviously I'm Mexican, but is there anything else, you know? So, okay, so I got my results, whatever. Like a couple of months ago, I went back on 23andMe, and they like updated my results.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So they keep on reviewing it
they,
even after
they
the
keep
initial.
on, yeah, they keep my, yeah, they keep like my DNA and all that.
Mm.
So
Hey.
I got it right here. You want me to go through everything briefly?
Yeah, let's see what your bloodline is made out of.
All right. Indigenous American, 56%, 56.6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You rounded up to 57.
Where'd you get that side from?
Indigenous American?
Mm-hmm.
That's like the Americas, Calvin.
No,
So
I mean like what side of the family did you get that from?
Oh, I don't know, but both my parents are Mexican, so
Your mom, right? Isn't she Native American?
I feel like my mom is more. No, she's not Native American. She's Mexican, but
Oh, sorry,
I feel like my
indigenous.
mom's side is more indigenous, and I feel like
Mhm.
my dad's side is more like the European. Like, you know.
Uh-huh.
So
56%.
56.6, yeah. Indigenous European, 34.9, 35%. 35%
35.
European.
What?
Yeah,
So where's
35%.
Mexican coming from?
Indigenous American. Indigenous American
Oh.
covers the U.S., Mexico, like Canada, all that,
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
and like South America to basically that whole side of the world.
Mm.
So I'm guessing that's the Mexican.
Right.
Southern European, 33.1. So that includes like what was it show? Basically Southern Europe.
Uh-huh.
Spanish and Portuguese, 26.4. Italian, or as the Italians call it, Italians, 2.3%.
Wow.
2.3%. Look at that.
You're home. You're at home.
Yeah. Broadly Southern European, 4%. The others are just like 0 point something percent. Sub-Saharan African, 3.3. Western Asian and North African, 1.4%. And then unassigned, 3.5%. So go figure.
They're still trying to figure that out.
They're still trying to figure that out.
That's actually like really interesting. I would have never thought that they would have kept on going with it. Like
yeah,
researching your DNA line.
Yeah, and it
or
gives
maybe
you
like they find stuff along the way and they're like, oh, this guy has.
Yeah,
this guy relates to that.
it gives me hold up. Recent it says recent ancestry in the Americas, and it has like
Mhm.
Mexico and Central America, and then it gives you like the highest like report of ancestors like from like this certain area, you
Yeah.
know.
Uh-huh.
So like in Mexico, it's like Jalisco, Zacatecas, which is where my dad's side of the family is from. So
Mm.
like obviously it makes sense. And then like down to like number 7 is Mexico City, which is like where my mom's from. Stuff. So
Right.
I mean, yeah. So that was it. So I could say I'm 2% Italian,
There you go,
and
Zim.
it's not misinformation.
What
When
else
you
was the what was the other 2% from?
oh, hold up. I like closed it already. Hold up. So in indigenous was 56, European was 35. The 2% was Italian, but
Mm-hmm.
I said Southern European was 33%, Spanish and Portuguese 26.4. Oh,
Mm.
Sub-Saharan African 3.3, and then
Oh, okay.
West Asian and North
So that's
African
higher
1.4.
than what it used to be.
So that's what?
That's higher than what it used to be.
I guess I don't know, bro. I don't
Shout out
remember.
to Arlene.
Yeah, so I'm not lying, you know,
Mm.
when you
Nice,
purposely
Zim.
misspread information.
You have a tentative history.
Yeah, but yes, that's interesting. Have you ever done a test like that?
No, but I would actually be down to do one.
You
How
should.
much is it if
It's
you don't
interesting.
mind
I
me
mean, it's fun.
asking?
I mean, you know, like I said, like both my parents are Mexican, so like
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't like a huge surprise, you know.
Yeah.
I'm
But
definitely
is
more.
like that's pretty crazy, like to know ding, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Like to know that, bloodline, it's went out for so long. I never knew that like my last name, Maniago, was like of Italian descent.
Maniago?
Yeah.
Really?
So I probably am higher than you, Zen.
No. No, just like yeah, you might be. You might be. Yeah, you might be more.
I'll take a 23 and me and find out.
Yeah, you gotta find out.
Hmm.
Yeah, have you been watching like The Mandalorian and all that?
I have not.
Oh,
I am I'm 2 weeks away from taking our exit exam for nursing.
you're practicing. Yeah.
So
Study.
I'll binge watch it at the end after I pass.
Damn, Calvin. It's not well.
Um,
Yeah, it's cool. It's
I've
moments.
watched one episode of The Last of Us,
Uh-huh.
and like time just caught up with me, and I couldn't keep up with watching all the shows.
I haven't watched that at all, but I
No,
keep
not The
hearing
Last of
about it.
Us.
No. Is it
Like
good?
it,
Did you
it
like
beat
it? Like,
out the first episode was pretty cool to me. I I mean you know how the first season is, and with most shows it kind of drags a little, but I feel like with that just especially since I already know much of the backstory already, because of the video game,
right.
I found it to be really interesting. And Pedro Pascal, like obviously he's not gonna he's not gonna leave any crumbs for his performance. So
I um I renewed my I got an HBO Max membership or subscription again,
mhm,
so I could like watch it like on my downtime here
yeah.
and or like
Does it work?
watch whatever. But there was there's no I tried using it in Paris. There's no HBO
Uh-huh.
Max available over there.
No.
So I was like, what's the point?
You
And
can
then
use a VPN.
I could. I could. But then I started watching I remembered I was like, oh, like I gotta check Netflix to see like what else like what's different
Oh,
they
but like,
have over here.
yeah.
And they had the final season of Better Call Saul, which like the
Mhm.
US doesn't have, and I don't know when they're gonna put it. And I I needed to watch that last season, and so like I just like took advantage and I like binge watched the entire season in like a couple of days, like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Dude,
I
Oh
heard
my God.
it's way better than Breaking Bad.
It's not. I don't think
Oh,
it's better than Breaking Bad, my personal
uh-huh.
opinion, but it's up there. Like it's
Hmm,
really really good, dude. Like season 6, the last season, it's like some of the best TV I've ever seen. Like
really?
you should watch that, Calvin. Get into
No,
Breaking Bad.
I'm I'm still on season 1 for Breaking Bad. But I'm on my way, but I really like Bob Odenkirk. He's a
Yeah,
great actor.
no,
I loved
he's
him
good.
in The Incredibles. He was my favorite character there.
The Incredible,
Yeah, he was the businessman.
The Incredibles, the Disney
Yeah, he
movie.
was the second movie, the second Incredibles. He
Oh
was in it.
no, I don't remember that one.
He did great. He was my
Yeah.
favorite character. He had no
You should
superpowers,
watch it,
but
bro. Breaking Bad better. You know,
mm.
start with
No,
Breaking
no,
Bad
I
and
really
then do
loved
Better Call Saul.
the first season of Breaking Bad was really funny. Or sorry, not really funny. It was really good. But what was funny was the Minecraft memes that came out of it.
Mm.
Oh, you don't have TikTok.
I do, but I just don't.
Not as
Yeah,
often, yeah.
yeah.
Nah.
But
No, that's
it only gets better from there. Season 1 is honestly like the weakest season of Breaking Bad.
mm.
So get on it. Forget about Game of Thrones. Forget about The Last of Us. Do
Zim, you
Breaking
haven't even
Bad.
watched Game of Thrones. Like, how could you make that
Get off
assumption?
of it. Get off of
Game of
it.
Thrones is
Breaking Bad.
the
Get on Breaking
best.
Bad. Breaking Bad is like
It's the best
one of,
series
if
out
not
there.
the best show of all time.
But
One of the
other
best
than
shows.
season 8, because season 8 was a huge letdown.
Exactly. You can't say that about Breaking Bad. It only gets better as it gets on.
Yeah, whatever.
Get on it. Forget about it. Forget about House of the Dragon. Get on it.
Yeah, no. I'm really open minded to Breaking Bad. It's something that I definitely need to watch over. But yeah,
So you got that test in what, 2 weeks?
I do have it in 2 weeks.
And
It's
then
gonna be on the 31st.
after
Once
that, what?
So once I get that test and pass, that's when I can officially say I have a BSN, which is a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing. But after that, we just applied for for our application to take the NCLEX, which is the boarding exam for nurses.
Hmm.
And as of right now, it's still under review, and we still have to graduate first in order to take that test, the NCLEX. But I'm hoping to take it by the end of April or by May, just so it doesn't slip out of me.
Right. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's smart.
Yeah, but one funny story that came out for our application process for the NCLEX is how we need to take a passport picture so that the people that handle the NCLEX or whatever, they know what we look like. I don't know why they need a passport picture. But last week I had to go get one on Tuesday, and my parents were helping me out. I asked them to help me, and so I don't know if you remember this, but Costco used to just offer it for $5,
Yeah.
but they don't have that anymore. So my dad was really trying to find a spot that does it for cheap. And so, because Walgreens offers it for like $17, like that's insane for like a little 2x2.
Yeah, for like a little picture. Yeah.
So then, my dad was doing some searching around while I was getting ready. Like I had my button up and everything. He he at first he told me like, oh, like there's this place that does it for $7.99, but the only thing is you have to wait a whole day to get your picture printed. And I'm like, like $7.99, I don't really care. The only thing that set me off was how we had to wait a day, because in my head I'm like, oh dang, like I can't pick it up because I have clinical the next day.
Uh-huh.
So then I told him like, can you keep on looking? And so he was like, okay. Like I found this other spot that does it for I think it was $15. It was $15. $2 less than freaking Walgreens. So we went there, and as soon as I arrived, like I already knew it was kind of sketchy because
Where was it at? Where was it at?
it was this spot in Cerrito. I'm not gonna
You're not
call
gonna
them
air
out
it
or
out.
anything. I'm not gonna just because I don't have the heart in me to criticize their work. But so we went to this spot in Cerritos that is basically like a little post office. It's like an independent post office. And we told the guy, it was me and my dad that went inside the post office, and my mom stayed in the car. And so we went inside. We asked the guy, like, hey, do you do passport pictures? And he's like, yeah, like go to the back. And then, you know, like it was like all set up and everything for a passport picture, but like the lighting was so bad. One, like I was already getting mad because like lighting matters in passport pictures. I sit down. Two, he whipped out a freaking point and shoot camera. You know, like not the
Yeah,
cameras that we use in yearbook. Like this was a
yeah,
point
yeah,
and
yeah.
shoot camera. Three, which made me so mad, was one, he didn't even like count 1, 2, 3 or whatever. Like he put the camera so freaking close to my face that I was cross-eyed. I was cross-eyed, and I was the head of my the shape of my head was a freaking egg. So while he was taking the picture, I already knew like it was not gonna be a good picture.
Yeah.
He so after that he took two and showed it to my dad, and he was asking my dad if it looked okay, and then my dad was like, oh, like that looks good enough. And then he showed it to me, and I'm like, in my head I'm like, oh man, like he did me dirty, bro. He did me so bad.
Do you
He
have
did
it?
me so bad. But I did not have the heart in me nor the confidence to say like I did not like it. So I was like, yeah, I think that's good. Like let's just print it.
Yeah, whatever.
And so he printed it, and it looked way worse when like in the print version. It really looked way worse. So that we you know, I paid for it, this and that. We went to the car and I showed my mom. And then um like, you know, I was complaining in the car and everything, but then I showed it to my mom and she was like, yeah, I don't like it. you know, moms know
Right,
best. Moms know
right.
best. And so I told my dad, like, hey, like, you know what, I'm really down to pay for another passport picture. Like, just take me somewhere else. And
Mhm.
so like we went to the first spot that he mentioned where they offered $7.99. I'm gonna shout them out. They're called 19-minute photo lab in Artesia.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
I think
use
that's
that
where you get
spot.
your
That's
film,
my
right?
film.
That's
Yeah,
where you get
yeah,
your
yeah,
film.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
a supreme customer service, bro. Like
Yeah,
I
she's
can't.
really nice. The lady,
She's
yeah.
really nice. I don't know what her name is, but she's probably like the nicest woman I've ever met. And so we went there after after going to the Cerrito spot, and she had a DSLR camera. She offered way more photo services, and like I said, like she was just a really nice person. We came up and asked like, oh, like do you guys do passport pictures? And she's like, yeah, like what is it for? And I told her like, oh, it's for a nursing license. And like she knew everything that required, like what was required of a nursing license picture. And she was like, oh, okay, so like you can smile in this one if you'd like. And like, you know,
Mhm.
like she was like giving me, she was spitting facts basically. And so she took the picture, like lighting was good and everything. She's like, she knew what she was doing. Like she was a photographer. And this was the picture that she took of me.
Nice, dude.
It's not really doing justice here because I have that blurred effect. I'm trying to make sure, you know, I'm trying to.
This is good, bro. Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's a good picture. Like
Yeah, it's
trust
really
me.
good. Do you have the other one?
I have the other one. I'm gonna show you. Right? So
You don't have to show it to me. I mean, you don't have
this
to
was the
show it.
first one. No, I want to show it. I want to show it. It's kind of bad. This was the second one. This was from
Okay.
19-minute photo lab in Artesia.
Okay.
Big shout out to them. Big shout out to them. And this was from the mom and pop shop. This was from the post office.
You look so bad, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. I was, bro.
You
I
look
don't know
so
if you can even
bad.
tell. I don't even know if you can tell, but like I'm not centered in this picture.
Yeah,
bro.
you're not.
I'm not. I'm not even centered
Wait, why'd you
compared to
need to
this.
take off your glasses for both?
Oh, you can't have glasses in passport pictures.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a thing.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
That's
Look at
funny
that.
though, dude. Oh
Look at
my
that.
god, you look so. We should put that, bro, when we upload this.
Yeah, no, I'll send it. Like that's
When
kind
we
of
upload
it's
this
pretty funny, right? Like it's
on
pretty
Instagram,
funny.
we should do that.
Uh-huh.
That's funny, dude. Yeah, she's like really nice. That lady. She has like a
Mhm.
bunch of cameras like on the wall too. Like
Yeah,
you can.
because she
and-
rents it, I guess, right?
Yeah, I haven't
Mhm.
asked, but
And so
they're cool.
she does film, like she processes film, and she emails you a PDF or I don't know if it's JPEG or a PDF, but
Mhm.
she does it for pretty cheap.
Yeah, she
And
does, dude. Yeah, she's really quick too. Like I've sent like film rolls like on Wednesdays, and then like
Mhm.
by like Thursday nights or Friday, like she'll have them back to me.
yeah,
And like in the other spot I used to go to, they were cool too. You know, nothing wrong against them, but I had to send it through the mail, and then I would get them back like a week, a little over a week later.
mhm.
So like here, like that Artesia spot is like definitely better. You know,
Yeah.
I've been
Mhm.
taking a
I'm
lot of like
glad. Go
I've
ahead.
been taking a lot of
You've
film
been taking a
pics
lot of
here.
film there, huh?
Yeah, not so much on
Yeah.
my phone. I've taken some on my phone, but definitely more on my camera.
Yeah.
Like I bought 10 rolls of film, and I had a spare. I had an extra roll that I forgot I had, and I was halfway through the one that was in my camera. So in total, I had like 11 and a half for this trip.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've already used up like several of them.
Mhm.
So I'm
Dude,
a
I can't wait to see those film pictures. Like
dude. Like
I
yeah,
love the graininess of film.
I get back. So I get back Wednesday night, right? On Thursday, I'm like taking them all to like her, like,
Yeah.
and then like
Hey,
we'll
tell her
see.
that we talked about her, man. Like tell her I said hi.
Does
Tell her
she'll
I
know
said
you?
hi.
Yeah, she'll
I'm pretty
remember you.
sure.
But
She's so clutch, bro. Like she gave me 2 copies. Which like this is $7.99, right? The two
yeah,
copies for the 2x2 passport pictures, and then she even gave us an extra bigger copy that we have up on the fridge. Yeah, I
That's
don't know why
funny.
she gave it. Like I asked my mom, like, how come she gave it for free? Like this wasn't a part of it. And she's like, I don't know,
Mhm.
like probably she just liked it.
Yeah, that's cool. No, she's really cool. Shout out to her.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully next weekend I be able to post some pictures.
Mm-hmm.
But
You
yeah,
should
man.
definitely post some
Yeah,
on
man.
Wizzy Flicks. Wizzy Flicks.
Wizzy flicks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
plug
you'll be seeing
yourselves
a
there.
lot more of that.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Really excited.
yeah, man. This is another. Is this episode 4? No,
This
3.
is episode
No,
5.
5. Oh, snap.
You're a fake fan, Zim.
Dude. Wow.
Episode 5.
When your own podcast host forgets what episode. Man, can you tell we're professionals? But
Yeah, we're
yeah,
pros. We're pros.
man.
Yeah, I
Any,
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna ask you anything else you wanted to say.
No, I mean, I guess like to go back on like the whole podcast thing. Like for me, bro, like I really don't listen to any other type of podcast out there other than ours. And shout out to Taking L's, the Taking L's podcast. Like they're doing pretty good too. Um, really interesting topics that they cover. But when you know Jenna Ortega came out in the podcast, and like that got me thinking, like, dang, bro, like we're not there yet, man. Like we gotta step up.
Yo, have you heard about all the stuff she's been saying about Wednesday? Or yeah,
Yeah, she's been getting a lot of backlash for it. I'm not gonna lie.
like she's like not a fan, bro. Like, how do you feel?
No, I mean, okay, no. I take back what I said. Can you bleep out what I said before about the backlash? Because honestly, I agree with her. In regards to Wednesday, I wasn't for the love triangle trope. It just didn't seem like Wednesday.
Hmm.
And if it wasn't for the stuff, or sorry, not if it wasn't for the changes that she made in the show, like active changes, I don't think Wednesday would have been much of a hit. It would have
Mm.
been much more cornier than
Mm.
what she
The
had
way it turned out to
envisioned.
be.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I'm really excited with what she's gonna do with season
She's
2. Since she's gonna produce it too.
oh nice, nice.
Yeah.
She's in Scream too, right? That's like about to
Oh
come out
yeah. So
too.
another thing,
So
we watched Scream 6. It was me,
oh, you watched it?
Arlene.
Yeah.
Yeah, on opening night.
Oh, how was it? Was it good?
We have I have a poster. It's
It
pretty
already came
cool.
out.
It came out. It came out last week on Thursday.
Oh
Um,
man. I don't know why
compared
that
to
was.
it was me, Arlene, Gilbert, and Isaac, and compared to Scream 5, this was a really good Scream movie.
Yeah.
Like I was on the edge of my seat because I'm really good with finding out or like guessing who the antagonist is of any like movie or show.
Hmm.
But for this one, it was super tough to pinpoint who Ghostface was.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was actually like it was budgeted. It was well budgeted. I think that that's what made the difference in
Mm.
this film. But it was
Yeah.
super entertaining.
I haven't heard bad things from it. I legit thought it was coming out like this week or next week. Like I
Mhm.
wasn't up to date with when it was coming out. But
Yeah,
that's cool. I would see a bunch of posters of it like in London too.
yeah,
But
really.
yeah, in Paris. But
Mhm.
yeah, that's cool, man.
I
I
feel
know
like the
I've been
marketing they've been doing a really good job with marketing, so I feel like
yeah.
that's
Well,
a
like,
big plus for them.
have you seen the stories of like people see like the ghost face dude like out in
Yeah,
public? Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Like marketing stuff
That's
like
another
that
cool
is
thing, right?
cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
marketing stuff like that is cool. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's just a shame
So
not a lot of people do that.
right. It was really creative and like they really knew they really knew who their audience was.
Yeah.
But last week when the film came out, or this weekend, this past weekend, um, I don't know if you've heard of people getting calls from Ghostface.
I might have, but I think I did. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can basically search up on Google and like kind of prank your friends. Um, I at first Arlene did it to me, where I got a call on like a Starbucks run, and then it's from a number in New York,
Oh really?
and yeah, it was Ghostface that called me, and you know like he does that voice like, hey, like, hi Calvin, like it's finally good to hear you from you. And it was kind of creepy. I'm not gonna lie, but I kind of already knew it was Arlene. Like, like if there was one person that was prank calling me, it was for sure coming from her. But I did it on Sergio.
Mhm.
Shout out episode 4. I did it on Sergio, and I guess he didn't know about it. But it was kind of it was kind of messed up on my part because these past couple of weeks I don't know what the heck is happening with Sergio, but he's been getting a lot of like pretty creepy and invasive spam calls and spam texts, like
Really?
like stuff about his information, like personal
Oh
life.
really?
So like
Dang.
even for me, I'm scared for him, you know?
That's
Like
insane, dude.
yeah, and we don't know who's prank calling him. Like genuinely, we don't know,
Mm-hmm.
because I thought it was Ivan that was prank calling him, because the person that's been calling Sergio, it sounds exactly like Ivan,
Right.
but apparently it's not him. And it's kind of funny because like with the Simmon Council, we've been kind of like taking light of the situation and like saying like, oh, it's actually me that's been prank calling you, like when in reality it's not, and like
Yeah.
we pass it off to each other. But when I prank called him using that ghost face thing, I did it 3 times. I did it on him 3 times in a row, just
Yeah.
to like
Just to mess with
like
him,
to
yeah.
spam him a little bit. But for him, he hasn't picked up any spam calls recently because of all the invasive spam calls that he's been getting recently.
Mm-hmm.
So for him, since he didn't pick it up, Ghostface texted him instead.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So Ghostface texted him like, "Hey Sergio, like this is Ghostface, like or like can you guess where I'm at right now?" like that's what he texted him.
Yeah.
And you know, like
That's
that freaked him
creepy.
out. That
Yeah.
kind of freaked him out because not knowing the context.
Yeah.
In the text message, it didn't say that it was Ghostface.
Mm-hmm.
So he texted everyone and like was asked like, bro, guys, like I'm actually like freaking out, like who's texting me? And he called me. He called me first, and he was like, bro, like, are you messing with me right now? And I'm like, no, bro, like that wasn't me. When in my head, like, bro, it really was
Like that
me.
was all you.
Yeah, that was on me. Like I take credit for it. And I'm like, bro, like it's not me. Like like you should go ask probably Ivan or something else. Like I was playing it off. And I told him like, are you sure it's not Adriana? Like it's not your girlfriend? Because I'm like Adriana would do something like that to him. And like, no, bro, like I'm not even gonna like this is kind of creeping me out. And like, yeah, bro, like I'm sorry, but like just you've been in a pickle lately. Like you gotta you gotta really be careful. But
Man.
eventually eventually I tweeted like um little does Sergio know, like I've been the one that's been prank calling him with the ghost face stuff.
The whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang,
But
Calvin.
yeah, shout out to Sergio. I'm sorry I had to put you through that, but it was pretty funny. But whoever's out there prank calling Sergio, like you gotta stop, man. Like that's some creepy stuff.
Yeah, that sucks, dude. That's
Mhm.
unfortunate. And then you
Really
doing all
is.
that at the same time, shaking my head.
Yeah.
Listen.
I'm unapologetic for.
Unapologetic. Yeah.
Unapologetic. Because he got me in trouble in middle school, so I hold grudges.
Sounds to me like you were the one that was tripping, Calvin. You guys were
Me
out in the
tripping?
clear, and you were the one that was like start twitching and all that in front of the teacher, start
Look, man.
sweating.
Look, understandably so. Like back in middle school, I was the most goodiest two shoes out of everyone in our group. And
And then you've
I
been
never really
crushed.
got to speak out for myself during last episode. But yeah, no, I really had no idea what to say. Like I really did not want to get in trouble.
Mhm.
But Sergio did do a really good job of like handling the whole situation.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was just we got the bad everyone else but Sergio got the bad end of the stick. And
Dang.
yeah, that was a whole trip to remember.
That was a movie. Sounds like.
There's more to it than just that. Like we
No,
were
I
bad
bet.
kids in
I
middle
bet. I
school.
know. I know you guys
We
kept
were
it
bad
kept
kids
it
in middle school.
clean. I know you guys kept it
Yeah.
clean.
I'm glad
every
we grew out
episode.
of it in high school. You know, like imagine like everyone from scholarship, you know, like the kids getting 4.0s, doing like the worst stuff in middle school. That was us.
I mean, the worst of it.
Yeah,
I believe you, Calvin.
yeah, you know.
That's why you're the person you are today.
Hey, you can never forget where you're coming from.
Where you coming from? Stay true to your roots.
Yep.
All right,
What's up?
Calvin. I got a train to
No,
catch
bro,
in a couple
you have
hours.
you have a trip to catch. I'm
Yeah.
really grateful that we got to do this.
Yeah, for sure,
This
bro.
this out of the ordinary podcast episode. I feel like this was really fun, honestly.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was
No,
great
this
to
was
catch up
cool,
with
bro. It
you.
was cool catching up with you. All
Yeah.
that. I'll work on it through the trip on this
No,
too.
I mean, bro,
Yeah.
I know we say
like
bi-weekly Thursday. but
I know, yeah. There's
It's
more.
okay.
There's
It's
more
okay.
work to be done with
Season two
videos,
is
but
season two is a learning process. Like
yeah. No,
like I
but
told you.
like I said, I'll have time. And even like
Okay.
before, like on the flight, like I could work on it before I knock out.
Right.
Because I'm making sure I sleep during the plane. But
Mhm.
but yeah, Calvin, this was pretty this was awesome catching up with you.
Definitely. No, it was a great time.
You
I hope-
want to take us out then?
you put me on the
Okay,
spot.
I'll do it. All right, guys.
Yeah, we just
Episode
hope that you
5.
enjoy. We hope that you enjoyed the episode. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, episode 5. You know, when I come back from the trip, Calvin and I would talk about who we're gonna get next episode, and yeah, just go from there. And then we'll let y'all know when this episode's coming out, and then you know, if you don't already follow our page on Instagram or
I think
Spotify,
I think they owe us $50, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah, just follow us at Wiz Encoder Podcast. You know, just leave us a review. Leave us a 5-star review. If it ain't 5 stars, don't leave it. But just be nice. Or on YouTube also, just show some love to us and to everyone else. All right.
It literally does not take like 5 seconds to do.
It literally doesn't. Just like 2 taps of your phone and that's it.
Yeah.
If you don't do that, then you're something
bad.
else.
Yeah.
All right, that was it, guys. So catch y'all later.
You'll be hearing from us.